We will end the sanctuary cities that have resulted in so many needless deaths. Cities that refuse to cooperate with federal authorities will not receive taxpayer dollars.
The Donald doubling down, promising illegal immigrants committing crimes that they will be kicked out, and the cities protecting them will see their federal funds cut off. Hi, everyone. I'm Elizabeth McDonald in for Neil Cavuto. We've got a new report showing sanctuary cities across the U.S. ignoring thousands of federal requests to turn over criminal illegal immigrants. Now, Trump's saying, you let them stay, we won't pay. To Charlie Gasparino, Julie Roginski, Caitlin Huey-Burns. We also have Gary Kaltbaum and Scott Martin. Now, Daga McDowell doing her usual great job sub-hosting Bulls and Bears. We've got Charles Payne, Adam Lashinsky, and Ben Stein out this week. Let's get right to this story, though. Gary K., does Mr. Trump have it right?
Yeah, sure. And look, anything that disincentivizes more illegal immigration is good by me. We are at 11 million people for a reason. Everybody has turned a blind eye to it. It is about time something gets done. The costs are gargantuan, and there's something called the rule of law. 3 little words that's supposed to be followed that have not. This would be a good start.
So, Scott, should we cut off federal funds to sanctuary cities then?
Yeah, I mean, EMAC, to the degree that the cities are violating federal law, yes. And I agree with Gary Kay's point. The risk here is too high. And I think if you look at what these cities have done, if you look at some of the incidents we've had with ICE losing track of detainees, having illegal immigrants reoffend and commit other crimes after they've been released, is completely out of control. And if you're an illegal, you've already broken one law by coming over here illegally to begin with. Who's to say that they're not going to commit many more crimes as they already have been when they've come over here? Absolutely, those cities should be punished for allowing that to continue to happen.
All right, you know, last year there was nearly 1 million at the border illegals coming in that had committed crimes. 1 in 5 convicted of at least one crime. Julie, but do you think Mr. Trump has it wrong?
Well, Mr. Trump does have it wrong, because the fact that we have federal government laws that don't get enforced all the time. Colorado legalized pot. The federal government hasn't. We're not cutting off their federal funds.
So that makes it right?
Yeah, it does make it right, and I'll tell you why. You should not have local law enforcement, and this is not coming from me. It's coming from people like the head of the NYPD, who runs the largest, safest large city in the country, saying essentially that we shouldn't have these people go in when they're trying to work with their communities and putting them in danger and at risk by saying, we're going to arrest you if we think you're here illegally, instead of trying to get them to focus on real crime that's going on.
But Charlie, that means we have 50 different sets of laws, or 50 different, whatever, how many sanctuary cities. But do you think there should be no federal funds for cities that are basically defying, you know, immigration laws? Do you think they should cut that back?
We're never going to cut off federal funds to cities.
I know, we understand that, but that's not the question.
We have to. It is, because it's an impractical way of dealing with this issue. I mean, I think there are other ways to deal with it.
But do you think it should be cut off?
It's never going to happen. I mean, do I think you know the world should be made a better place? Yes, but this will never happen. I mean, the real question is this: what can we force cities to do? Can the federal government go into cities and, you know, basically enforce the laws that the local jurisdictions won't do? And I think that's a better question, and it gets back to what you said. I mean, you know, the NYPD doesn't want to start enforcing federal law. I mean, that's the bottom line. But that doesn't mean federal law shouldn't be enforced by border control agents or whatever.
Or ICE. Caitlin, there is a federal force. It's ICE that could be doing these, you know, enforcing it, right? Go ahead.
It's a really controversial issue, especially on the campaign trail, right? I mean, Hillary Clinton has been supportive of these kinds of things. I mean, to your point, in a lot of cases, having a relationship with the community is better, better to have these people identify crimes in their areas and report them, and would be less inclined to do so. Donald Trump, of course, and lots of Republicans this cycle have been arguing against that. And so it really depends on what your approach is to undocumented immigrants while they're here. I think there needs to be some reform. I mean, what we saw in San Francisco, of course. So if there's some reform efforts, for sure. But this is a really polarizing issue.
All right, now, gang, I want you to weigh in on this next video soundbite. You're never going to guess who also vowed to crack down on criminal illegal immigrants with the exact same policies that Donald Trump is talking about today. Watch this.
In the budget I will present to you, we will try to do more to speed the deportation of illegal aliens who are arrested for crimes. It is wrong and ultimately self-defeating for a nation of immigrants to permit the kind of abuse of our immigration laws we have seen in recent years.
All right, so let me also, just to point out, Julie, what else Bill Clinton said. He said he wanted to double down on deportation of illegal immigrants who committed crimes. He also said take the jobs away from them, take the welfare benefits away from them, and wanted civil rights activist Barbara Jordan to head a commission to stop it. So what do you make of what Bill Clinton advocated?
You know who made good on that promise? Barack Obama has deported more people than any other president.
Yeah, but why is Donald Trump being called a racist now? Hang on.
Let me explain something. Nobody opposes deporting criminals, people who commit real crimes.
Why do we have sanctuary cities?
Wait a second. Stop. What ICE should be doing its job. They should be deporting them.
So the federal government under President Obama is not doing its job.
No, but listen, Charlie.
Stop. That's what you just said.
No, that's not what I'm. Let me clarify for you.
Please.
If you are here illegally and you commit a crime, as in you murder somebody. The NYPD living here in New York will arrest you. ICE will deport you.
Then how come Kate Steinle?
I got news for you.
She said because this guy kept coming back across the border.
How come he keeps coming back
across the border?
Because the Obama administration won't enforce the law.
Gary, come in.
Gary deported more people than anybody else.
Hang on. Gary, come in here.
Listen, ICE just stated there's 172,000 criminal illegals here that they don't even know where they are. So all this talk about ICE getting the job done ain't happening.
Right.
And look, and let me just say another thing. Politics. When a Democrat says something, even if it's controversial, it's A-OK. If a Republican says something, they're racist. This has been going on forever when it comes to immigration, and all we've been seeing for years is flapping gums from both sides of the aisle, and we're stuck at 11 million and counting.
Okay, hang on, Scott. Come in here. What changed in the 20 years from Bill Clinton saying the exact same thing Donald Trump is advocating today, but people are blasting Donald Trump for his ideas? Go ahead.
Well, more illegals came over, and I think, EMAC, maybe the public, at least rhetoric, turned a little bit more in their favor, which, you know, Julie, I can't let you get away with the fact that Obama's had all these deportations because he's slowed his roll in the last couple of years on that. I mean, Congress has tried to put these bills forth. They've tried to put these bills forth to get the spending or the spending for the sanctuary cities taken away, but they won't get it through because Obama's going to veto it.
What president deported more? Name one that supported more. Here's the difference.
The reason
that Donald Trump is being accused of what he's being accused of is not because of the criminals who are being deported. It is because at one point, as recently as today or yesterday, until he changes his mind the next 5 minutes, he wanted to deport everybody, including people who were born here, but he no longer thinks should be American citizens.
Kate Steinle is not an isolated incident.
All right, hang on. Let's get back to the issue at hand, and that is deporting illegal immigrants. Caitlin, get back to that Clinton soundbite. All right, so the exact same ideas is what Bill Clinton is talking about. And to Charlie's point, you know, we have had people killed by illegal immigrants here, not to mention child abuse and rapes. So why is this a problem today when it wasn't back then? I mean, in terms of the response from Bill Clinton and Donald Trump now advocating it and getting criticized for his ideas.
I think it has everything to do with the tone and rhetoric. I mean, you saw lots of people from his Hispanic Leadership Council really supportive of a lot of the things that he said regarding his approach to immigration policy. But when it comes to the tone and tenor of the conversation, it's very different from what Democrats have been talking about. We saw that debate, too. It's not just Republicans. I mean, we saw Republicans take a more compassionate, you should say, approach.
Charlie, final word.
But you're also giving Clinton way too much credit. I mean, let's put it in historical context. That speech was given when, in 1994?
He gave the same ideas for about 3 years running.
It was during a massive boom in our economy. Clearly, we let a lot of people in during that time that shouldn't have been here, that came in illegally. No one really cared because the economy was booming. Fast forward to now, there is a reason why working class people don't like illegal immigration, because they see their wages
Well, that's a good point. And by the way, I'm not giving Mr. Clinton credit, just reporting what he said.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. Well,